What's up, YouTube? Hey, it's Ben. I'm back on the vlog tonight. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a tipster and also just kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's kind of like a one-off little tip slash skill slash kind of a little bit shady, but let's just go over it. Anyways, I'm not even going to take credit for this. Definitely not going to take credit for this, but I'm just going to throw it out there. So as you read in the title, this is one of the easiest ways that you can grab a high ticket recruiting manager client. So you can grab a company that you can staff for and get fees out of them by doing this. So this is basically pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It's not actually shady. It's kind of gray area, but I actually learned this from several other people. It's not my own thing. I didn't create it or anything, but it's been done for ages. And if you're into the recruiting game, you might already know about it. But if you're brand new, you probably have never heard of this before. And it definitely takes a little bit of practice to actually straight up apply and get it get it down pat. So I'll just give a high level view of it. So essentially, one of the easiest ways that you could ever grab a high ticket recruiting client, so a company that you want to recruit for that will pay you money to staff them. Let's say it's a tech company, whatever. Let's just say it's Facebook or something. You want to contract with Facebook and you want to be able to staff machine learning engineers or something like that. So what you would do is you would actually connect on LinkedIn, let's say, with one of their higher level machine learning engineers. So like a principal software architect or the director of engineering, any director of engineering at any company, or maybe even perhaps the CTO. This would be like the top echelon of it if you were talking to the CTO. But what you would do is you would actually talk to them on LinkedIn or email if you had their email, or even crazier if you had their cold call. You'd have to have pretty big balls. But you would actually pitch them on essentially a job opportunity, which doesn't exist, and you would essentially get a conversation going with them, a pretty robust conversation about a startup that you have like a connection with and that you're actually staffing for. Like, oh, there's another startup here in the city, they just got 20 million in funding, we're looking for a CTO and they're offering stock options and it's pretty lucrative and whatever. You will pique someone's interest with that tactic. You will get them interested in talking with you. So what happens is after you get that someone interested in talking with you, they're not going to want to stop talking with you, right? So they'll do coffee with you, they'll do lunch with you, they'll do phone calls, they will do whatever with you, right? So the moral of the story is you can actually grab someone's attention and really harness it and get a hold of it by pitching them on this job or whatever you may or may not have available, and actually work them over for a period of time and talk to them about this opportunity that exists, and then eventually tell them that this opportunity got filled, or someone came along and they're in negotiations and that opportunity is off the table. But there's other things that you can still look for them, yada, 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 whatever. But if you're smart, you know where this is going. You're going to end up pitching them on potentially staffing for their team, for what they actually need. So you're going to work it around and turn the whole thing into you selling them instead of you actually pitching their talent to this random company that doesn't exist. Well, the company exists, but you don't have actual participation in placing people there. So this is kind of a roundabout way to get a connection. It's used frequently. It's actually been used very successfully. I'm not going to say whether I've been involved or not, but it's actually a very successful technique in which to grab a client, someone that you can actually turn around and then start staffing at their company for. It's usually used specifically for larger companies. So let's say companies that have 1,000+ employees, and if you connected, like Facebook, right? So if you connected with a director of engineering or a principal architect or something like that, and you're pitching them this job and you're talking to them and you're grabbing their attention, they're super interested. They definitely will be able to probably work with you because they are in a position to hire, because they run their own teams, especially if you're talking to directors or principals and things like that. They run their own teams, and so those people are hiring. And so once you turn the convo around, you're eventually staffing for them, and you switch it up, and you say, hey, well, I mean, if we can't find anything right now for you, I mean, are you guys hiring people right now? What's your team look like? And then they might start talking about, well, yeah, I mean, we're actually bringing on a couple software engineers, or we're going to bring on some machine learning people, or we're going to bring on such and such or whatever. Again, remember, I'm talking in technology right now. I'm not talking blue collar, gray collar. And so with that being said, you can actually turn this whole thing around, get them as a client, start staffing for them, and no one would be the wiser. This is basically the backdoor trick. It's essentially called the backdoor trick. It's gray area. It's totally not unethical, but it's not straightforward, obviously, as you know. But it's excuse me, it's been used extremely successfully. I can say that for sure. So anyways, backdoor method, that's what it is. One of the easiest ways to grab a high ticket recruiting client. So check it out, maybe. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks. And subscribe, please. Thanks. Bye.